So here I am camping for the night. This is the aqueduct, wherever you can see. This is the Antietam Creek or river or whatever the hell it is. This is where the Battle of Antietam gets its name. This is the river that runs alongside it, and I am at Antietam Creek campgrounds, and this is where I get to camp for the day. And I get to go on to Antietam and do the tour tomorrow. Today, starting off from Sharpsburg and headed south. First thing, past the little ferry point. This is where the Confederates, after the Battle of Antietam, slipped across the day after, and McClellan lost his chance to possibly destroy the army of Northern Virginia. Well, we're starting off the day in a drizzle. We'll see how much that actually impacts the ride and the tour of Antietam today. So we'll just have to make do. Now someone's getting a little gift because I gathered a bunch of wood and then didn't start a fire. So it was too warm last night. It was like low 80s, like 10 o'clock. So it was like, why would I start a fire when I was actually like sweating? It was like muggy. Okay, off we go. Next day. And if you go west, you bump into the Shenandoah Mountains in Shenandoah National Park. Now, Shenandoah National Park, is gorgeous, and it has the Skyline Drive, which is a small road that just winds atop those mountains. You can see plenty of, usually fog, kind of creep in the morning and disappear, and just gives kind of gorgeous views. And I've done that a number of times. This is kind of looking down the eastern side of Virginia, that hump, and so I'm going to check out anything there. I mean, it was all right, but it's no Skyline Drive, which is just epic and totally worthwhile, even if you're doing it in a car. It's not just a motorcycle or just a motorcycle thing. It's a motorcycle car thing. You can just really enjoy it. Motorcycles just enjoy it more because you can kind of lean into the turns. You got to be careful. Don't speed too much because some people cut their corners on their turns. Some of the turns are complete 180s as you go up and down some of those mountains. So you got to be careful to keep your head above you. Maybe not even do it in the evening because that could be dangerous. But if you go east, you hit Washington, D.C., and you can tell when you're getting close to D.C., you don't even have to look at the signs, just look at the construction. If it's very wooded, very rural, and then also you'll see these housing complexes that are in the middle of constructing huge houses. And they'll even say, like, oh, these are for sale for 1 acre to 6 acre housing plots. And they're building these small mansions in these gated communities. That means you're getting closest to D.C. D.C., if you don't know, has like 6 of the top 10 wealthiest counties around it, just because of the federal government. And D.C. can be basically a parking lot almost any hour of the day. I mean, people sometimes in normal times go into D.C. at like 2, 3 a.m. and it's still relatively busy on the roads. So D.C., you have to mean to be there if you want to like recreationally go through. You have to have a purpose, like you're going in there to see, the memorials or something, because D.C. is just not for your average religious people going through. Best just to be avoided unless you want to be there. Yes, wineries, places to be. It's here where you start to notice the difference between, say, like the Northeast and when you're like in Virginia, because the roads seem a little different, the vegetation seems to change. You really start to notice it like around this time. So, nice stop for a meal or two. Stop at Charlottesville and continue on. Charlottesville is actually a good town. It's got a huge university in part of it, and right now it's kind of known for one little incident at the moment. But the town is not objectionable in the least bit anyway, in my opinion.